Hey everybody. I recently came across an article that talked about 25 skills and techniques and resources and information, pieces that teachers should have for 2020s and going forward into the future. And one of those was actually talking about taking screenshots and editing pictures and images. So I'm going to kind of tackle those all in this one really quick clip. One thing I do primarily in my job a lot is take a lot of screenshots of images, send them to people, and of course you have to kind of doctor them up sometimes. You might have to crop it, change the size, the pixelation of it so that it's more high def, what have you. So I'm going to show you that real quick, just so you kind of have that in your arsenal whenever you apply to different positions. And they ask, for example, what experience do you have with editing images? So you can kind of say, I can do that, right? Just from watching this real quick. So I'm using a Wikipedia page. Wikipedia is not the best in terms of actual research, but for the sake of what we're doing here, I'm going to use it. What I want to do is actually take a screenshot of this, right, banner at the top. I don't want to pull the entire thing. I just want to take a screenshot of it. So it's a little bit different depending on what device you're using. So for a Mac versus like a PC, for example. So if you have a Mac to screenshot, you want to hold down the Shift Command and hit the number 3, and you'll hear that sound, that little image clicking sound, right? And then you can pull it here. And then for a PC, it's going to be a little bit different. So if you're running a Windows device, my understanding is that you push the Windows key and the print screen key. In the print screen key could literally say print screen toward the top of your keyboard and in the backspace, or it could be abbreviated PRTSCR. I'm actually running a MacBook Air. So once we have the screenshot, what it will do is give us this nice little image here, and then we can doctor it up in a lot of different ways. The first thing, of course, since we want a particular part of this page, is that we would want to crop it, and this is your crop button right here, kind of this little square with a little excess hanging over, and if you hover over these, usually you'll actually see the name of the tool pop up, right? So you see the word crop. So I'm going to hit crop right now, and then if I want to doctor this up, maybe I want to take just the globe image or just the banner, I can then click in the top corner and drag down, right? And what this is going to do is basically spotlight exactly what section of this page I want, right? And then let's say I just want this here, right, the banner. Once I'm done, I would go ahead and just hit crop again right here at the top, and now I have this just as this image, right? So now this image is going to be stored. Once I hit done, it's going to save to my computer, in which case I can then pull it, I can send it to somebody, I can drop it onto something else, I can send it to my phone, whatever I want to do. But let's say you want to go a little bit further, you actually want to emphasize something here, right? Let's say that a particular word or aspect of this screenshot is very important. So like, let's say gender gap, right, which is a big issue, a big deal that we want to focus on, right? So let's say I want to highlight that and really make sure that people pay attention to it. There's a couple of things I can do. You can actually draw or write directly on it. So maybe I want to underline, right? So that's there. But then maybe I want to frame it, right? Put an actual shape around it, right? So I can take this nice little square and change the size of that so that we focus on it here. And even with these things, right, like this rectangle I just dropped on here, you can actually change the color. So let me click that and then go into red, right, or yellow even, right? So you have all those things, and if you want to actually add text to it, this will be right here, right, your little A, and you can actually put additional text, right? Say like pay attention, right? And then you can do other things like add arrows or anything like that, and even rotate, right? So if you have an image that's on its side at a 90-degree angle, you can flip it so that it's right side up. And then of course you can drag these things around, play with it however you want. But yeah, that's essentially how you can go ahead, screenshot an image, and then even doctor it up to place more emphasis on a certain part of it, for the potential of sharing it, placing it somewhere else, sending it through email, Slack message, so on and so forth. But stay tuned for more. I'll continue to drop these just so we all have these types of techniques in our repertoire. Keep being great. Peace.